All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Fridays at 5. I'm Karen Taylor of the Color Vowel Chart, here with some of our normal crowd and some newcomers, and always the folks who watch these events afterward in the recorded sessions. So glad to have everybody. I just want to say happy Friday, first of all. What kind of a crazy week is this? Raise your hand if it's been a super crazy week. I mean, maybe it's not been. Okay. Well, we're glad to say that at Color Val, it has been, and it's the best of news because we've started off with our new format where we launch 4-week courses during the first full week of each month. And so it's neat because we have a lot of courses starting, a lot of neat topics for teachers, but it does mean for Jennifer and for me that, wow, if you haven't heard back from an email, we're going to get back to you. And if you have, consider, not lucky, but just consider it like no small miracle. A couple more people are joining the room. We come together around the Color Vowel Chart every week on Fridays at this time. We don't spend a lot of time necessarily with the chart every time though, because we have a second focus, which has to do with using technology effectively as teachers, especially for language teaching. And so we're glad to have Liz with us today, Liz Bigler, who's going to be presenting today on her favorite shortcuts for using Zoom and Google, various aspects of Google or Gmail and so forth. I'd like to take a moment though, just to orient us to the room we have here in the chat. The chat ends up being pretty fundamental for what we do because you can add comments or make comments. And then Jennifer is especially good at moderating the chat and mentioning anything that Liz will want to answer, for example. So feel free to interact over there and to share any resources that come up as well. And then that's also to say that this is always an interactive session. So I think I can speak for Liz and definitely myself that we're not here just to deliver. We're here to share ideas. And if you say, oh, I've tried that and I'll add this little piece, please go ahead and speak up. You have the power. You can mute yourselves or unmute. And we do stay muted as sort of just a courtesy for the noise level if all things are equal. Okay. Hey, welcome, Lynn. Good to see you, Janice. Great to see Chelsea in the room. Yeah, Chelsea recently got all kinds of new things going on with fellowship. So congratulations. All right. Also, if you came with any questions of whether it's about the chart or whether it's about a piece of tech or something else, please put that in the chat too, because we keep records and then we can decide if we need a topic that is a day that's dedicated to that topic. Okay. I will now be quiet and I want to welcome Liz to the floor. Yeah. Hi, Liz. You're in New York, right?
I am. I have a lot of snow outside too, but it is starting to melt. Okay. Before we start though, now that you're all settled in, I'm going to make you get up and go get something that is green or relatively green, like a piece of celery or anything, a piece of paper or whatever, and then something that is red. Okay, something green and something red.
Searching.
I just noticed that
not green tea and red pepper. Actually green and actually red.
Not color vowels, it's just colors. Just plain old colors. But my green is showing up as yellow. Doesn't that look yellow? It's green though.
It looks kind of lime green. How about this green? Yeah, I have it's kind of small. It kind of looks pink too. I might have to.
Well, the idea is that we have to be able to see it from the
Oh, that looks great, Janice. We can see this perfect. They're like the same size and the same thing.
So forget everything you know about color vowels. We're just talking about colors now, and we're talking about green means yes, and red means is no. Stop and go, yes and no. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and answer the question by holding up the color. Okay? All right. I am a teacher. Hold it close to the camera so I can see it. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. I teach adults. Okay. Thank you. And I also teach kids. Oops, wait, I do. What am I talking about? Okay. And I teach on Zoom. I use Zoom, at least sometimes I use Zoom. Okay. And I use YouTube for teaching, I use YouTube for teaching. Okay, Robin, is that a red book?
Exactly, Robin. Is that red?
Isn't it red? It's as red as I can get it.
It is, but when you hold it up, it doesn't show.
Oh, yeah, it's not
Maybe,
going to be
maybe
light. It's
it's
black.
person.
Gotcha.
And I use YouTube for just for watching. I just watch YouTube sometimes. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to get an idea.
Wait, Nat has a white coffee cup, and I don't know how to decode that. I don't know what it means.
No. I do have the
Oh,
green
okay.
one. Sorry, I just realized that there is this, insurance company details. So I'm just gonna turn that around.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay. So now we're going to start the show. I just wanted to kind of get a feel for, what people were going to be most interested in. Okay. So welcome to Keyboard Shortcuts so you never have to lift a finger. Get it? I thought of that. Thank you. I'm paying Karen to laugh at this. And other dirty little secrets from a successful and disorganized teacher. That would be
Awesome.
me. Okay. And my name is Liz Bigler. I have my own language school called Bigler ESL. I'm based in Atlanta, but I'm living in New York right now. Now, all the shortcuts that I'm going to show you are things that I have used and tried on my Windows computer. I do not have a Mac and I don't have it all translated, but I'm fairly sure that any shortcut that I show you today is also available on a Mac, and it's quite easy to find these shortcuts. So all you have to do is, like, if I show you how to, cross something out and you want to do it on your Mac, you just have to search, how to cross like a keyboard shortcut for crossing something out on Google Docs or whatever. So, don't panic. Don't get mad at me because you have a Mac, in other words. Okay. There will be things you can find it. I promise you can find it. It's just, for me, a lot of it was like knowing that it existed. That's what was the valuable part. Finding it was the easy part. It's easy to find. Tablets, phones, I don't know if they work on tablets or phones. So you have to research that on your own. Okay, so we're going to start with Zoom because it looked like almost everybody uses Zoom. Okay, so, and the reason that I love shortcuts on Zoom is because a lot of times I have a lot of things piled up on top of each other on Zoom, and then it's like, where's the window with the controls? The little controls on Zoom are sometimes hard to find if you're a disorganized person like me. And actually, let me stop for just a second and show you. Okay, this is my, I wanted to show you my station. Okay, so this is, I'm being really vulnerable here, and I know that I'm a very sloppy person, but it works for me. So there were people interested before, so I'll show you. I have a light on either side of my workspace. In the daytime, the window comes in through here, but in the evening, I have to have light on either side. And I wear glasses, so there's a lot of reflection. If I had it right in back of my computer, there would be a lot of reflection in my glasses. So that's why I have two side lights. And then I have this ring light. I'm looking at it right now. It's like 45 degrees off to the side because, if it's in front, it reflects. I have my laptop right here, my extra monitor here, my mouse, right? Which we're going to talk about, like how to reduce. I mean, I know it sounds ridiculous. Like, oh, I don't want to waste calories moving my hand from here to here and back again. But it really does, like, if they are things that you do all the time, it really does save you some time and, effort to just be able to do it from the keyboard without having to go to the mouse. Here is my pile of papers and stuff. And my desktop is sort of similar. It's a virtual version of this. Like I just have all this information all over the place, hard to find what I'm looking for at any given point. And so that is why these things kind of help me. Oops. Oh, there's the snow. Here I am. I went sledding the other day. I know this is not what we're talking about, but it was so much fun. You get to watch me sledding. That's the Hudson River right there. All right, never mind. We're not going to watch that. Okay. So there's my pile of papers. All right, back to the slideshow. So on Zoom, sometimes I have all these, papers, as it were, windows on top of each other, and I can't find where I want to mute my audio. My dog is barking. I have to sneeze or whatever. So the keyboard stroke is Alt-A. I'm going to do it right now. Did it work? Oh, no. Wait. It's not working. It's not working.
That worked. That worked. Can everybody hear me?
Yes. So I want everybody to try it now. Hit Alt and M or and A if you have a and
It's
say
Command Shift. It's Command Shift A for
Worked.
Apple.
Worked.
Was Command Shift A?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So everybody say hello.
That totally worked.
Hello.
And now do it again. Alt A.
Yes, yes. And Alt and just A.
Okay.
Now it works. Okay.
I use Windows now.
What did you do differently now?
It just hit the ALT button and push it, and also hit the A button.
Right. Yeah, that's what this means here. Alt is the ALT button and then A at the same time.
This is great. Just so you know, Jennifer is typing in for the Mac users the
Okay.
translation of each of your Zoom
Oh, good.
codes.
Okay.
Okay.
So watch what's happening in the chat if you're a Mac user.
So
Command
now using
Shift.
this keystroke, if you can, or otherwise, if you can't, everybody unmute yourself, please. Okay. And now I'm going to pretend that you are my students and everybody's being noisy, and I want to mute everybody except for me. I'm going to do mute Alt M. Let's see if it works.
We'll see. I'll just talk like this and see if you can get me to be quiet.
Okay, it's not working.
Now, maybe, well, and I own the Zoom room, so that may be my fault. Maybe.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
Possible.
Oh, because
Oh, here, let me make you the host. I
I
think,
think that's what it is, because it's
Yeah.
unmute and unmute everyone except the host.
right. So
It is
here,
right here.
Liz.
You can only
I'm-
do this if you're
Yeah,
a host.
I'm making you the host now. Are you ready? It's a huge responsibility. I'm relinquishing
Got it.
power here. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's going to feel the whoosh, whoosh. There you go. You got it. It's yours.
Wow. I've
Hooray!
united. Okay, there. I just pushed Alt M. You are all muted except for me. Mwahahaha. Even Karen can't talk anymore. No, you can. You can still unmute yourself, right? Unless
Yeah,
you
so I
have-
just unmuted.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
I use that a lot. And then people
Oh.
unmute themselves again in these big gatherings, right? And then I can just hit mute all again. It's nice.
Oh, I can unmute myself once you've muted me, though. Ha 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 ha.
right. So I can, as the owner, I can set it up ahead of time to do one or the other. But just knowing that it's there is helpful sometimes. If somebody's dog is barking and you don't know whose it is, Alt M, and there everybody's muted for a minute.
Liz, can you unmute everybody too?
Well, let's see. Alt M.
Yes, you can. I'm putting it in right now.
No, it's not unmuting everybody. It's only unmuting some people.
It's
So
Alt U.
It's asking me if I want to unmute. It's requesting me to unmute.
Yeah, me
but
too,
it's
me
not
too.
actually unmuting me.
right. So another thing you can do as the owner, and I'm not the owner of this meeting, but if I had been when I first set it up, I can make it so that everybody in the meeting has to accept that I can unmute them. Okay, so it's possible to set your settings that way. but everybody has to have a relatively recent version of Zoom. Everybody, not just you as the owner, but all your students will have to have the latest version. If they all have the latest version, you can set it up so that they click when they enter the room and they're giving you permission to unmute them, which is great for people who, can never seem to find the mute button and all that stuff. Okay, so moving along. Screen share or stop screen share, Alt A. So wait, why does that say A? That's not right. Sorry. It should be Alt S. Sorry. And I used that if any of you watched the production that we did, the theater thing, it had nothing to do with teaching. I shared a lot of like scenery during the thing. And it would have been impossible to find that on top of all the other windows that were open. So I just push Alt S, which I'm going to do now. Well, no, I'm not. So Alt S shows you the little, all your different screens, and you can choose which one, right? Have you guys
That
ever?
works for me, except that I can't share while you're sharing, but yeah, it gives me that message.
Right. Okay. Alt V is stop your video, meaning your camera. So everybody try that if you can, if you have a Windows, whatever. So, yeah, it's really easy just to click with your mouse on the little thing. But if for whatever reason, if you can't find that, or your mouse is, your mouse fell on the floor or whatever, you can do it with your keyboard. And then you can start it again too. So I just turned mine off. Now I'm turning mine on.
Oh, we should all try that together. That's fun. We can see it all in the gallery. I'm looking at everybody. Ready, go. I don't know. That was fun. It's like fireflies or something. It has some special effect for me.
Yeah. Okay. And then if you want to take a screenshot of just your Zoom window, Alt, Shift, and T. I just took a screenshot of all your little faces. I hope you don't mind.
And that was just of the gallery or of the whole page?
Well, I don't know. Not sure about that. I'm in gallery view now. Let's see. If I share my screen with just some random thing.
Making pieces available.
You have such interesting little things there.
Help me sustain my practice.
All right. This is my hero. This is my boyfriend, Russell Stannard. Okay, so what was it again? I can't see it now. Was it Alt Shift T? Okay, Alt Shift T. I don't know what it took a picture of. I can't really see
Well,
it.
what happens for me is I get a little cursor and then I have to make a box of what I want clipped, and then it tells me, okay, capture. So there's a couple more steps than just saying Alt Shift T on my machine.
Yeah, me too, mine too.
Okay, all right. So some of them it depends on your actual machine. Alt C will start and stop your recording. If you're the host, right? I don't think you can do it if you're not the host. And then Alt N can switch your camera. So I have a what you call it, document camera. So I just switched my document camera. See?
How did you do that?
Alt N. It just switches back and forth to whatever other camera you have. You know what I mean by Alt, right? Everybody? Does everybody know what I mean by Alt?
Yeah, it just doesn't work on a Mac. You have to translate.
Right. So Alt is either going to be a combination of Command and Shift or Control. And that's why we're so glad to have Jennifer translating over there in the chat.
Well, and yeah, I mean, again, if it's something you want to be able to do, you can always, find it later. Okay, Alt U will show the little list of participants. I think that should work for you too if you have a Windows. So like I can see everybody. I can see whose microphone is on. Like if I hear a noise, I can hit that and see. And one more thing I want to say about all these keystrokes, you guys, you're not going to want to memorize all of these or even, have them available if it's not something that you would use. But what I found is like the ones that some of them I really want to use in the heat of the moment, then I really try to memorize those. But the rest of these, feel free to disregard.
Holy moly. I love, Lynn, I think you need to say your comment that you just wrote because I just looked.
Okay, so in the top, oh, am I muted? In the top left corner, you have that little green information thing. If you click on that, and then in that window, there, click on the gear shift up there in the top right of that window, and then you can just scroll down and find keyboard shortcuts.
And you
And
can
so it's for
enable.
whatever computer you're on.
Yes.
Right.
Wow, I had no idea. That's awesome.
Now,
Okay.
I will say you have to go turn them on. I made the mistake one time, Liz and I were playing, and so I turned everything on. I thought, I'm going to want them all, right? The first one I tried to do in class the next morning, I did not want. So, it was just something that I didn't realize it through my Mac. It was different for Zoom than what it did on my Mac. And so my Mac overpowered.
It's like a not safe for work kind of moment that you're talking about, or
No,
what?
it wasn't that. It was just that I was just in total discombobulation at that point because it erased screens and it was like, oh my gosh.
So it didn't translate it to your exact machine, right?
Well, it did. It would have done that, but I take that back. It was doing the Zoom shortcut, not what I wanted it to do on my Google Doc.
Oh.
So I'm typing away on Google Docs and I did my shortcut in the middle of class. And then all of a sudden it hid everything from me or something like that, whatever the command was.
Okay, so did everybody understand what she was talking about, the little green thing? Yes, I understood, or no, I didn't understand that.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so let me show you.
Anne has a question.
I don't have a question. I just want to point out that there are specific shortcuts you have to enable for them to work. And Lynn, thank you so much. That is awesome.
Yeah, just be careful. Like I said, I enabled them all. And the first one I tried was.
Okay, so look, can you see my Zoom controls?
There we go. Yeah.
Is this blowing your mind? Did you know that you can set it up so that people can actually see your Zoom controls and you don't have to talk about
Oh my gosh.
So
that's not a screen capture. That's a live broadcast of your whole screen.
Yeah.
Liz, is that a shortcut?
Okay, well, just a second. Let me show the people who held up a red paper. When you look at your screen like this, you can go up here to the top left. There's a little tiny shield, a little green shield with a check mark in it. Do you see that? And if you click that, you can do a lot of things. You can copy the link to your meeting and just send it right away to somebody. You can click this little gear shift here. You see this?
Yeah.
You click that. It shows you all these different options. Video, you can change your background or whatever. Share screen, keyboard shortcuts. So this is what Lynn was just talking about. If you go to keyboard shortcuts, yeah, you have to activate some of these. I mean, it's some messing around with it, but the other thing is if you go to share screen here, Karen, or whoever just asked, you can click this show my Zoom windows to other participants. But are you listening?
Yes.
This will not show up unless you have it selected in your zoom.us, master.
Oh, see, this is great. I think this is worth the moment of just saying that Liz has been, and Lynn Swanda and Liz.
And Suzanne's joined us now.
And Suzanne. There are several folks who have been getting together on their own for their Zoom test kitchen with some, opportunities for others to join once in a while. So I just want to say how much I appreciate that, because you clearly have been cooking a lot in that test kitchen, and answered this big question that I've had in the back of my head that I think you've just helped me answer. it's that I've gone into my settings in Zoom, but then that thing doesn't happen the next time. I think I've changed something forever, but it doesn't happen. But I think now I'm seeing that you have to actually come in here and also enable them or something like that. Is that what's
I
going
didn't
on?
understand that last bit, so could you go over that?
Karen's last bit, you mean?
The last 5 minutes, I'm lost.
Okay. Well,
I think this is why we record.
Karen, I don't know the answer to what you just said, but if you want to be able to show your students your Zoom window, can you see my Zoom window right now? Can you see
Yes.
me? Okay, in order, you have to click this thing, which is in this share screen thing. But in order for this thing even to show up, you have to have it activated in your Zoom account, which we don't have time to go into today.
Which you cannot change during a meeting.
No, you
Correct?
Well, you can change it here.
Right, but not there.
But you can't, so I have it activated now always. I can always go in there and turn it on. It's still sort of a pain. Like it should be right there, I think. But anyway.
Right. But you do, if you need to change your settings, you have to do it before the meeting that you're trying to change it in time for.
Right.
And with the caveat for people like Robin, if you're using Zoom through your school's Canvas or Blackboard, you may have a limited set of settings that you can change. So when you go to your Zoom global settings, your Zoom account settings, you may find things grayed out and you won't be able to change them because your institution has deemed them not safe or something like that. So
well, that's really helpful. Thank you.
All right, moving along. Share screen, the Zoom controls will only show if you use your desktop thing. If you choose one of these other windows, it won't show up. I figured that out. Okay, back to the screen, the keyboard thingies. Oops, what happened to them? Was I showing them before?
We can see them.
No, I can't see them. Okay. Oh, here's a good one. This is a Liz favorite. Alt Q. You can end your class. You don't have to have that awkward silence where you go, "Bye, everybody." Oh shoot, where's the button? Alt Q. Alt Q.
That is exactly what I do always.
Okay, so just remember, the Queen Bee button, Alt Q. So most of these Zoom ones are Alt. Okay, notice that. Okay, any questions about Zoom? I don't want to get too much into particulars of people's exact situations or cameras or computers, but like overall.
I don't have questions about those, but I'm just curious if you could do a brief reflection on what does your rhythm feel like? Do you have most of these, for example, internalized now where you're just fluent and you're clicking and alting and you're set?
I use Alt S all the time, the screen share. I just I have that. And it's muscle memory, it's like just like figuring out how to do it. And then I use end class a lot and mute and unmute, but not a lot other. Oh, Janice had a question. Yeah. What's your question?
Who had a question?
Janice.
Yes.
Janice.
My question is, if you take a screenshot, where is it and how do you get to it?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Suzanne, do you know?
It depends how your preferences are set up in your computer. Do you have a Mac or a PC?
PC.
PC, I'm sorry, I don't know. My screenshots are set to go to my desktop.
Exactly.
So what you might want to do is just Google your type of machine and where do screenshots go?
Like this screen that we see right now. That's a good one to screenshot to remember everything that you've taught us so far, instead of writing it all down.
Right.
But if I screenshot it, then I don't know where to find it.
Oh, I know.
Usually it's in your screenshot folder. Like if you click your file explorer, wait, let's see. Can you see?
Yeah, go to the
folder,
Finder.
then usually in here someplace you have a screenshots folder, and it's usually in there. Although the one I just took isn't. My settings are kind of weird, but I think that's a great idea. Like Google for your machine, where are my screenshots going?
Yeah.
Mine go to a photo in the photo file. So when you look in photos, you get a folder with screenshots. And
What about
actually,
you now?
mine goes on the OneDrive too, so it goes to the cloud.
And like Doug said, and I think usually screenshot folders in the pictures folder.
That'd be a good default place to look. I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
Nat has also added, which is a good comment, that print screen takes a screenshot that I think then is just sitting there in your, if you do copy paste, it'll paste it into whatever. Right? Is that right? I kind of recall that.
That's right
I
for me.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can take a screenshot of this, and I use a keystroke for that too. I'm taking a picture of just that, and then I can just paste it.
Right.
So so anyway, I want to keep moving because I know we're going to run out of time, and that question is probably impossible for anybody to say exactly like where your particular things go. Okay, so Alt Q to end the class. Okay, now this one, it's so cumbersome, right? It's like Control Alt Shift H. It's literally 4 keys at the same time. But this is my kind of like breaking the glass on the fire alarm thing. If I just cannot see what I need to see because there's all the, you know, sometimes like one Zoom window, you have to move it, but it's behind another one. And then it's like, then it's worth it for me to do this Control Alt Shift H. And then it hides all of your controls. Okay.
It's like Twister for your fingers, but it's
it is. It's exactly like that. Okay.
I may have to activate it. It's not working for me, but I think I might have to go into the
really?
Thing. I don't know.
Control Alt Shift H. It did for me. Does it for anybody? Maybe it's only for the host. I don't know.
I think so, because that's when it gets down and stuck over your other stuff. Like I only have a bar.
Okay, so maybe that's it, Robin. Maybe it's only if you're the host. Okay, so Chelsea asked if there was a way to do the remote with the keyboard, and more importantly, to stop the remote. Because sometimes I give my remote to a student and then they don't want to give it back, you know, or like they don't really understand that I want them to give it back. And so I found these keystrokes, but I couldn't get them to work today when I tried them. So let me see. Control Alt Remote. Nothing is happening. Control Alt R, or sorry, Control Shift. Wait, Alt Shift R. No, it's not working. So I'm sorry, Chelsea. I know I promised you that I would have the answer.
I think what it is you have to allow them, and then the one I have, the shortcut I have says get remote control. So that must be for the students to use to take over the remote control. Let me try it. For me, it's a Control Shift R. Control Shift.
So now, thank you. But that's not remote. That's just you using your annotation, which I can also turn off if I want to. But remote is like if you let somebody actually, you know, they could go in here and actually manipulate the screen.
You have to turn it on in your settings, and then if you go up to that view options thing and click down, it says request. You can ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just gave it to Jennifer because she asked, but not because. Okay, so now I'm going to try to take
a shortcut.
So where do I find the controls for that? It says I'm controlling your screen. Where do I draw?
Oh, she's hidden them.
Well, I took the remote away from you. The remote is different than drawing. Drawing is if you click on the well, okay, do we want to
okay. So what's the difference between the remote and the drawing?
Okay, so the drawing, you can draw on top of the screen. It's like there's a sheet of glass and you can draw and, type and put stickers and hearts and stuff on top, but you're not controlling the computer at all.
Right.
But if I give you control, you can go in there and type something in or click on things and make them move around or whatever.
Okay.
So everybody, depending on how Karen has this room set up, everybody should be able to draw on it, just like Now just did.
Oh, that's annotate, right? That's what they
Right.
call it.
Annotate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I disabled that as a result of the traumatizing Zoom bombers of
But
last
Now just did it.
Yeah.
spring.
Now just did it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good. Maybe I did. Maybe I
So
went back
can you
and
see my controls here, everybody? If you click right here where it says on your screen, where it says annotate with the
I don't
pen.
have it. I don't have it. I don't know about anybody else.
I do.
You don't have this bar at all?
I have only participants, chat, share screen, and reactions.
Well,
This is
Lynn, put this on the menu for the Zoom.
on top.
session.
Okay, to find annotate.
On the top.
if you go to
Oh, on the top? Let me
Yeah,
look.
and the view
Where it says your
view option.
Yeah, view options and down to
View
annotate.
options.
Oh, there they are. Annotate.
Yeah.
Aha. Now I can make
Now
a
keeps
heart.
asking for control, so I just gave you control now.
Okay, I got it. My bad.
Oh, I do. So here.
Yeah.
So like I can erase something or maybe
Yeah. See, Jennifer now asked for permission to control my
Yeah.
screen, the remote, and I gave it to her.
yeah, and I can now choose the screen.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So
Yeah.
and see, now I'm trying to take it away, and I
Yeah.
So I think maybe that's in my master Zoom controls. Maybe I got to look there. Okay.
Oh,
So
I can still do that.
I know, but will you stop? This is why I hate giving control away, because people never stop.
I got power.
I don't know how to.
Now, yamete. Yamete.
In a world full of limitations, this is just very exciting.
Oh, I see. Because there are three different toolbars. I'm like, which one's mine?
Right. Yeah.
I lost my control. Yeah.
Yeah, I took it away from you.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you can use this annotation. Okay, so everybody draw a picture of a cat, and I'm going to pick the best one.
Ooh. Oh,
Ooh, I should
my.
have
Now
hit-
the pressure's
okay.
on.
You have 10, you have
Lord.
15 seconds.
Oh, gosh.
I don't know how to get to the annotate. Oh, wait. Yes, I do.
And see, your little names are showing up there too, so I can see whose is who.
Hey, somebody stop drawing on my cat.
6, 5, 4, and then I can make you stop. Okay, 3, 2, 1, disable. Okay, I just disabled.
Oh, cool.
Purple one. That's the best one right there.
This is the best one right here.
I love that one. I do.
Whose is
I
this?
like this one.
Is this yours now?
Me, the brown one, but somebody was helping me with the whiskers, it looks like.
And I can also, I think that I can, if I hover over it, I can see your name. So there it's Robin, and this one is Janice, and this one is Karen, and
I
this
like
one.
Karen's.
Oh, I love this. And Liz, I mean, in case anybody's thinking it's random, I just know, Liz, that you could come up with like 5 ways to make that a language thing.
Yeah, right. Okay, so what you do is you give each student a square, and then you let them all do it, and then you pick the best one, and then you say, okay, now everybody make a sentence with that word in it, and I'm going to pick the best one of those or whatever. Okay. Anyway, back to keyboards. Okay.
Everybody say master. She's a master. She could turn anything into a language lesson.
It bugs me that this thing keeps going back to the beginning. Like, why can't it just stay where it was? So, okay, all that was to say, I don't know. I don't understand how to make it, but I think if I go into my master Zoom controls on the internet, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like showing the Zoom controls. It doesn't happen unless you have it activated. Okay, YouTube. Oh, I thought I had this. Wait a second. I guess I didn't have this, so it would just do one at a time. Hold on. Let's see. How do you do this? Slide, transition.
No, not transition. It's animations. Yeah.
Why can't it? There, by paragraph. Okay. All righty. Okay, so now we're moving over to YouTube, which is just like this treasure trove of language, like real language, little kids' language, adults' language, music, all this stuff. So did you know that when you're playing something on YouTube, you can just click the space bar to start and stop it? I didn't even know that, y'all. I'm just saying, why didn't you tell me? I'm mad at you all. I was always like, using my mouse and trying to find the little, clicker thing. You can use the space bar to start and stop. Did you know that you can just click a 0 on your keyboard and it goes back to the beginning?
Did not know that. That's
okay.
great.
I'm going to demonstrate this in a second. Not only that, but you can use the other numbers on your key, on your not the little grid of numbers, but the numbers across the top. Those will take you to a 10th of the way, a 20th of the way, a 30th of the way through the video.
No way.
And then M is mute or unmute. Now at the Zoom,
that's awesome.
We figured out how to show 2 screens at the same time, but I don't feel confident, Lynn. I don't remember. I was trying to do it today. I couldn't figure out.
I tried it yesterday in class and I couldn't get it to work. So
there's something about all this stuff.
When you're choosing the screens you're sharing, you push shift down and then you choose more than one screen.
Right. I thought,
I mean, just like selecting multiples.
That's
great.
Yeah, I just got to practice it.
So stop the share and then start it again.
Okay, so how do I share?
Stop the share and then start it with 2 or more. Okay, got it.
And then press down shift and then click another one.
It's
hold on control. It says hold down control. So it's control, not shift.
Okay, that's not working for me either. So anyway, I'm just going to show you this video. Okay.
I think you have to do it when you're first sharing.
Okay. Let me move this guy over here and I'm going to move all you guys. Can you see the guy with the yellow t-shirt?
Yes.
Okay. So here's just an example. I was going to show you, we used YouTube to watch President Biden's inaugural address, and we had a really good language lesson with it because we were talking about intonation and stress and stuff. And, he was talking about, and I'm going to be the president of the United States of America. And we talked a lot about how, that's different than the way you normally say it and why and what happens to the voice. And using these controls, I was able to slow it. Well, I'll show you. I slowed it down and we were able to watch it really easily over and over. But we're all kind of sick of politics. So I thought I'd show you my favorite YouTuber guy who listens to these. And look, I even got his t-shirt.
No way. Oh, you rock.
Jamal, he's awesome. Okay, so the first thing I told you was you can use, I'm not using my mouse at all. I'm using number 1. So look at the red progress bar. 1, now I'm going to press 2.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to press 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 0 takes me back to the beginning. Okay, so that's an easy way to just jump to rough places in the thingy.
Do you have to push anything at the same time as the numbers, or is it just okay?
No.
As long as you're clicked on the YouTube it just
Yeah,
goes
I
there.
mean,
Okay.
yeah, I get like if I were in this field, you know, the search box, it wouldn't work. It would type the letter 1. But as long as you're like, if I start watching it, I'm pushing my space bar to pause and to play.
If this works if you're in the middle of a presentation with an embedded video.
So it can be paused or it doesn't have to be paused. Like I just pushed 4. Now I'm going to push 9.
That's what I meant when I was talking about watching those.
Now I'm going to push 0. So especially like with YouTube, I don't want to take the time to like search around for these little controls, you know? Okay, so the next thing that I learned, okay, M is mute. So I'm playing it. I just pushed M, so it's still playing, but it's muted.
All right, you guys.
Now I'm pausing it.
That's huge. That's huge. Can I say that's huge? Because I always like ended up muting myself, and oh, that's so great.
So just the M, no shift, no alt, no control, no nothing, just M. And then the other cool thing is the letter F. Anybody want to guess what the letter F will do?
Fast.
Oh, full screen.
Oh,
Come on.
there you go.
So that pops him out to full screen, and I think it pops him back into a smaller thing. Okay, yeah. So F will do both of those. It makes it full screen and it takes full screen away. C will do closed captions. So I just clicked C and now you can see it says, all right, you guys, welcome down here. Right?
Well, that's awesome.
Thank you guys for sticking around, and I hope you guys are continuing to stay safe and hanging in there, all right?
Okay, so I can have those show up or have them go away by pushing C. Okay, so how much time? We have 12 minutes left. So does everybody want to go practice this for a second, or should we keep going? There's more. I haven't even gotten to the really juicy stuff yet with you.
Oh, let's hear the juicy stuff.
Going.
Yeah, we want to hear more.
Okay. I just
You're
kind of
broadening our schema.
I didn't know if you could handle it all at the same time. Your head might explode.
Handle it all.
Suzanne's gonna like just start running around in circles in a second.
I figure I'll come back later, and as long as I know it's there.
I think, you're not just showing us shortcuts. You're also, I think, for some of us, showing us that these things are even possible with long cuts. See?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Back to my, I am going to show you more, but I'm back to my thingy.
Are you pressing the return bar for all that or the arrows?
Okay. So, your keys that have the comma and the period on them? Everybody look at your keyboard. And do you have these little arrows on top of the period and the comma? I don't know what they're called, but for me, they're on top of these. So I have to push shift to get to them. Yep. So it's not exactly shift arrow. It's just arrow, but I don't think they're really called arrows, but whatever they are.
My keyboard has a cat, so I don't know.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to mention it every single time. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to show you what happens when I push those. Here we go. He's going to start talking.
Because I care about y'all, damn it. All right, so Nancy Sinatra. Is there any relation to Brother Frank? Let me know in the comments below. These boots are made for walking. I've heard this song.
Exactly. They're the less than and greater than signs, which makes sense to me.
That's true. Okay, so the one makes it faster. The other one makes it
lower.
It's fantastic.
Oh,
yeah. And
White Rabbit.
You need. I need with shift key.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, shift and then the comma.
Okay, thank you.
Slow down if your keyboard is the same as mine.
If you forget that, you can go in that little gear shift there and do it as well.
Suzanne?
Okay.
Right, yes. So like Lynn said, the gear will allow you to choose the speed of the video, and you can speed it up or slow it down. So I always tell my
Yeah,
students.
okay. I'm sorry. I should have showed you that this is normally, you know, like long way how you show the closed captions. And then this settings is where you show it shows the playback speed,
Yeah.
which you can do normal or slow it down. You know, slow it down or speed it up. Like I use the speed up thing if I'm trying to find a particular, or you know, I want to listen to a lecture, but I want to listen to it in half the time. You know, you speed it up until it gets interesting, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry, I forgot to show you that. And then this is full screen. I don't know. I guess this is without all this stuff. But anyway, so like it's really good for students if you slow it down, because a lot of times they can't understand because it's too fast. But also, I can click mute. So let's say I'm going to slow it down either. So now it's at 0.25. I'm going to do it to 0.5. I'm going to turn the captions back on so we can see what he's saying. And now I'm going to push play. And now I'm going to push M. I'm going to mute it. What do you think he's saying? We ain't going to waste no more time. He always says that. We ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it. So now, so you see, you know, you can turn off the sound, you can turn on the sound, you can speed it up, slow it down. And now I'm going to show you what else you can do. Okay, I put these two little pieces of pink Post-it on these keys because when I try to find it, it's like, oh, all these dots and lines. I don't know. Where's the one I'm looking for? So I put those two little red things on mine. That will speed you up or slow you down. Okay, now the comma and the period itself. Can you guys still hear me? I can't hear anybody. I think you're all muted, right?
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So the comma and the period itself, would anyone like to guess what they do?
Pause and stop.
What?
Pause and stop.
This does pause and stop, right? Let's see. Okay, while the video is paused, you can go to the next frame, the next frame or the previous frame. It should say previous. Okay, so back to
like micro frames. It'll just little bit, or frame meaning chapters, or
I'll show you. No, just the actual like.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't been able to figure that out from the gear shift thing.
Okay, so here he is. Now I'm pushing period. Wait, why isn't it? Because my
activate that, yeah.
This is what he always watches these. Okay, so I'm paused it now, and now I'm pushing period.
Oh, this is brilliant.
Period, which isn't that interesting for this, but you know, if he's talking, let me go to, I'll push 5 and go in the middle. Oh, also. Okay, so now I'm pushing comma to go backwards and period to go forwards. It's just one 1 second. You can see on the time down here.
Are you pushing it multiple times or just one and it just moves?
I'm pushing it multiple times.
Okay.
So I pushed it one time.
Yeah.
It's at 3:59. I'm pushing it. It's still at 3:59. So why isn't the time changing? There, 4, because it's multiple times.
It's multiple frames per second.
Yeah, it's like about 60 frames per second, possibly.
Yeah. But it's cool, like if you're trying to see how his mouth is moving, like let's see if I can find a part where he's talking. Okay.
That's what I meant when I was talking about watching those movies and stuff. But yeah, all right. Thank you guys for this.
Okay, can you hear it okay?
Yeah.
I forgot to activate the sound. Okay, so let's see if let's pretend we want to.
Wait, what did you just do? Talk to us about that.
What did I just do?
You
I
did a thing that is a thing, and we we want to know what the thing is. Did you just maximize like that the YouTube sound would be better than if you just play it?
yeah, can you see my control now? I can't
Yeah.
remember. Okay, so if you go to share, you can usually by default this is off. You're not sharing the sound, but you can click it on, and then you can also optimize for video clip. I don't really ever use that. I don't know why.
Well,
I always use that. Just
this
whether
one
I'm planning on sharing a video or not, I always use it.
Okay.
And so when that's on, when its share sound is on, does it mute? Are you muted during that time?
No.
I just wonder because sometimes like the trash trucks come, but I'm playing a video to somebody else, you know, that kind of thing. So you can, Lynn's like, what's that scenario? But okay, got it.
We got to do all this in the test kitchen. Okay.
So just really quickly, if share sound is on, they can hear both you speak and the video. But if you mute yourself, I believe they will still hear the video.
That's right.
Ah, okay. That's great.
Okay, so wait. Oops, I'm muted.
Truly appreciate it. Like.
Wait. I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, the sound is better with the share video sound.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Like I said, it's a song we all know.
Okay, so let's say we wanted to go back and see how his mouth was forming that.
Yeah.
Song we all know.
It's a song we all know. I'm going backwards now, so now I'm going forward.
We do really good mirroring right now if we wanted to follow along, right, Robin?
Yeah. I don't have something like next time maybe you know I'll prepare something to show you what we did in class. But we did this with Biden's thing. We ran, you know, we went backwards. So let me I know we only have a couple seconds left. So let me show you the last thing. The last thing. Okay. So now we have these arrows, not the same as those, you know, greater than and less than things, right? So this can make the volume go up or down.
Which arrows?
What arrows?
We're not seeing arrows.
Oh, you don't see my screen?
No. We saw your screen, but not whatever arrows you were pointing at. Oh, there we go.
Okay, so I don't know if you have these and
we do.
Where they are. Yeah. So this is volume up and down, which most people have that already on their keyboard. But these are really cool. These will skip ahead or back 5 seconds. Everyone say, wow.
Wow.
So
that's great. You just say the same word over and over again without having to try to keep clicking in the right place.
Right. So
you can loop things. That's awesome.
So now I don't remember where we were when he was talking about. Okay.
It was.
Okay, now I'm gonna push left.
When I would hear this song, it was like when I would hear this song, it was.
Okay, so I can go backwards, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds. What the hell? Forwards.
You gotta love that song.
I was alive then. I don't know about the rest of you though.
Okay, well wait, listen to what he says. Oh shoot.
Walking that walk. Like walk all over you. Whatever.
So I'm still getting used to these controls myself. You know, I just pushed up to turn the volume up and it skipped forward. So, you know, they're kind of finicky, but just like you said, knowing that they're there is a good thing. So I want to share one more slide with you. Can I, Lynn? I mean, Karen?
Yes, you may.
Okay. So a lot of these things I learned from different people, you know, in the test kitchen, we practice a lot of this stuff, but these are 3 gurus that have a lot of good information about this kind of stuff. Alice Keeler, I know the least about, but I know she's a teacher and she's kind of a guru of Casey Bell, who I do know a lot about. She has a company called Shake Up Learning. These guys are both like K-12 teachers, but they use a lot of technology. They use a lot of Google products. Like Shake Up Learning is all about implementing Google everything, Google Jamboards, Google Slides, Google. And when the pandemic first started, I signed up for a course, an online course, pre-recorded, that she had done about using Google Slides, and I learned a ton from it. And then this guy, Russell Stannard, has a whole YouTube channel filled with free videos about, he's an ESL teacher, and he just posts all this stuff, how to use WordWall, how to use Jamboard, how to use Kahoot, how to use Zoom and Flipgrid. And I mean, he's got just about, I don't know when this guy sleeps.
Are you in touch with him? Does he know you?
No, I don't think so. Quizlet. He's into Quizlet. So, you know, you can just type in any topic and he probably has at least a couple of videos about it. So you can learn more from these guys, or just Google around. Like, again, it's like, if you want to know something, you don't know what you don't know, right? But if you know what you don't know, then you can find out how to know it.
But I think you are our Russell Stannard. We all need to have our guru, and you're being that guru. It's great, Liz.
Yeah, and see, now here I am. I can't see any of you. I don't know. I don't know how to turn them.
Well, let's wait till you can see us again, and then I'll ask everybody to give you a nice visual round of applause, because
That's wonderful.
Amazing. You know, just
She
awesome.
still can't see us. She's
Oh,
looking.
okay, we'll have to do that again.
It's not happened to me in a long time that I can't.
In fact, let's.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Okay, so everybody give her some love here. I'm going to take a little picture. Good. We loved this, Liz, and I have a feeling
fantastic.
That our audience who watches the recording is going to love it too. So
good.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Can we get the PowerPoint also, as well as the recording?
We'll do our best. You know, that's we'll post it over in the community and send it out to anybody who registered. How about that? We'll try our best. Wonderful.
And I'm sorry if I kind of mowed over some questions about, you know, particular things. I wish that we had had time to but come to the Zoom test kitchen.
So if you are part of our community, which means that you have purchased or invested in the Color Vowel approach in some way, then the My Color Vowel community is available, and that's a great place to see where the test kitchen is happening. I want to also thank Jennifer Campion. She rode on the sidecar of this whole presentation, providing all the translations and the links. Jennifer's had a huge week, and then she's still here for this. So I'm super grateful, and I know we all are. We've got some great things happening in the coming month or so. So please, if you've never seen our newsletter, check your spam box if you know that you've been on our mailing list, because sometimes our emails end up over there and we need to be not spam. If you'd like to sign up for our mailing list, go to colorvowel.com, and at the top of the page, you'll see a place to sign up for our mailing list. We have a monthly newsletter that highlights our new events. And most of all, go to colorvowel.com/training to see everything that we have coming up. Jennifer, you want to add anything to that?
Nope.
Happy Friday.
Happy weekend.
Gratitude, Liz. Happy weekend, everybody. Have a great one. Take care.
Bye.
And thanks again, Robin, for coming all the way from Australia. You must be exhausted, but we're grateful.
Have a great Saturday, Robin. And now
okay. I'm going to do a command Q. Here we go. Oh, I'm not the host.
I'm the host. All right.
Bye, Chelsea. Congrats on your fellowship.
Alt Q. What is it? Something Q.
It's Control Q.
I'm on the Mac and I'm the host, so I got to find it. Here, hold on.
I'll stay here until your experiment works.
All right. So, well, I don't know. I have Command W, so let me try that.
To prompt though.
Try Command Q.
No, Command W.